Hello neighbors, it's Brad here at eTrailer, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Optronics LED RV dome light. So to give you an idea of the change, here's our previous light fixture that we had, and it has two incandescent bulbs. It gives off kind of a yellowy orange light. It's not too bad, but it's also not very efficient. Here's our new fixture mounted up, and as you can tell, it's quite a bit brighter. It's also a cleaner white light. It is very modern looking. And the great part is this is just the #1 setting. Swapping over to 2 really makes the intensity a lot more brighter. So if you need to be working on something, or maybe you're reading here, you're gonna have plenty of light to do whatever you need to do. So our fixture has 30 diodes, and what's nice is a lot of times with your diodes, you can see the individual one, and this cover actually does a good job of diffusing that out and making it a little more visually appealing. Now, if you're wondering if this can fit on your light fixture or replacing it, the dimensions of this are going to be 15 3/4 inches long, and you're going to have 3 5/16 running wide, and it's relatively thin at about 1.5 inches. One of the big pluses about LED lights is the fact that the diodes, you really don't replace them. The whole fixture in general will give you an extremely long lifespan rather than replacing bulbs on another fixture. Also, with the more intense light, you actually get more efficiency than your normal bulbs. This one is especially great because it has a 3-way switch, so you can obviously turn it off. And say you want to do, I don't know, cut back the light a little bit to wind down for the evening. Having the lower light is really nice. It takes away some of that intensity, but if you need light and you really need to see with what you're doing, maybe you're working on something, you can juice that up to the #2 and you're going to get a ton more light. While this works extremely well, especially in this common area where we'll be hanging out quite a bit, this is also going to be great for any cabinets or storage. If you really need to see what's stored in there, you're not digging through in the dark, this is going to be an awesome choice for that light. Now, something that's really pretty wild about this is the amount of lumens that it puts out is 720 effective, which that's quite a bit of light. So while it's daylight and we can't see its full effectiveness, I can tell you right now, even in the daylight, it's pretty bright. With everything in life, I really like efficiency, things that last long, and overall just good quality. And part of lighting technology has come a long, long way in just the past few years, and a lot of that is LED lights. LED lights not only give us a brighter light, it's more efficient, it lasts longer. Everything about it kind of checks the boxes a little bit better. So if you have a camper, these are pretty standard, which you see in a lot of them. We're going to go ahead and change this out and see the difference that it makes. So here we have it before with our 2 incandescent bulbs. We're going to replace this entire thing and see the difference. Now, changing these fixtures out is going to be a very quick process, and it's going to give you instantly better light within just a couple minutes. So I'm going to show you how to change these out. Now, first, you're going to want to cut the power to your camper. That way you're not working with live electricity. And to take these panels off, you simply slide them out, and then they're going to pop out. We're going to do that on each side. It's also a good chance to get some of these bugs that have hung out in these caps. And now we see our actual fixture is mounted up with some Phillips Head Screws. So we're going to go ahead and take those out. Now I suggest keeping your lights off, or at least the one that you're going to be working on, for a while. That way it's going to allow it to cool down, because these can get pretty hot. You're also going to want to hang on to this hardware as we remove it, because we're going to need this to reinstall our new LED fixture. So with our screws out, this should simply drop down. And a lot of times you'll have some wire caps there. So we're going to go ahead and you can either cut these off and put new caps, or if you have a crimper, sometimes you can actually salvage these or bring them off without having to cut by simply kind of biting into them sideways, the opposite way they've been crimped, and that's going to open that opening up, allowing these wires to loosen. Now also keep note before you separate them where your wires are going. So you can see off our light fixture we have a white and a black, and those are going to be feeding up to our power wires. Now yours may be a different color, but ours are denoted by being white with a red line, and we also have just our plain white wires that are going to the other white from our fixture. So we can separate those. We'll do the same here on our power. So now we'll grab our new light, and we're going to want to take the lens off of it, and it simply just snaps in. There's 4 little points here, so just be careful prying that off. And now we're going to see we have 4 mounting holes. We're going to use our existing screws from our previous light fixture to put this in place. Before we do that, we're going to need to hook it up to some power. Now, you'll see it's just 2 wires off of here. You have your black and your white. Your black's going to be your positive and go to your power. So make sure you're tying into your power wire, and also make sure your camper is obviously unplugged. So I'm simply going to use some screw-on wire caps here. Get all 3 bundled up nice. Now these wire caps are not included with the kit, but you should be able to pick these up at your local hardware store. All right, and before we mount it up, we're going to power up the camper, test out our light, and then mount it up. So this switch here, you can see there's 1 dash, the 0, and 2. So you can have it off, you can have it low light, and then you can also make it a little more intense with the 2. Not bad. So with our 4 holes, we're going to line this up to where it's going to cover up the screw holes from our previous fixture, and we're going to be good to go. Tuck your wires up, and then just simply run your hardware into the... You may need to make new holes because the mounting will be slightly different, but you're going to want to center it up to cover up the holes from your previous fixture if it is a different size. And that was a look at the Optronics LED RV dome light. Thanks for watching.